I feel like so many games nowadays rely on eye-candy graphics, high-budget cinematics, and paid-off content creators that have sold their integrity just for a paycheck, or even a trip to Disneyland. Some games you want to sing their praise and applaud the developers, others you want to call out for their shady business practices and how they're taking advantage of gamers. Welcome everyone to my top 10 worst games of 2024. Number 10.
Astrobot!
Astrobot is a tricky one. I mean, how could the game of the year be on my top 10 worst list? It fails on almost every level of what makes a platformer great. His movement is so bare minimum, it hurts. The whole premise of the game is to collect these robots that are essentially cosplaying as your favorite characters from earlier PlayStation titles.
Would you prefer if they just didn't put them in here and didn't celebrate them part of PlayStation's history?
If Sony wanted to celebrate their history, they would invest in a new game for any of those beloved IPs. I wanted to love this game, but the repetitive gameplay and lackluster levels really made me dread finishing this game. This game is placed at the bottom of my list because if this is your first video game or even platformer, you most likely would enjoy it. But for the rest of us platforming fans, this was massively disappointing. Number 9.
This is madness!
Are you crazy? Fall on your knees, wear the mask, praise his name!
Now, I'm a big survival horror fan. I wasn't always into the genre, but after great titles like Resident Evil 7, the Dead Space series, or even Alien Isolation, I really appreciated where these genres could go, and that tension that would always make you feel. I knew Silent Hill 2 Remake was coming later in the year, so I thought why not? The game follows a character named Emily with her detective friend Edward. They're going to a clinic to help Emily's uncle that had said in a letter the staff and patients are into cult activity and that they're going to get him. So now we're on this mission to find him, and beware of those dirt monsters. This game for me was bland, boring, and not even scary in the slightest. Number 8.
Okay, it's a showtime!
I don't even know what to say.
Words.
This felt like a bad fever dream.
Ready for the foam star party?
Number 7.
Whoa, kid! It's so beautiful! It's a snow day, the most magical of days in a young child's life. Yeah!
When there were talks about a new South Park game being developed, I was so excited and hopeful that this next one could be returned to form. I absolutely loved the Stick of Truth and still liked its sequel. Now Snow Day, the first South Park 3D adventure. I'm not even a South Park fan, but even those first 2 games, especially the first one, made me want to actually watch the show and keep that experience going. Hopefully Matt and Trey can learn from this and go back to their roots for the next installment. I mean, who knows, maybe get Obsidian back to develop it? I guess time will tell. Number 6.
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there, and I'm gonna risk it all.
Ubisoft used to be one of my favorite developers, with amazing games under the belt, like Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 3, or even some of the Rayman games. Most of their games back then were quite good. Now, I haven't played a Ubisoft game since Far Cry 6, so my expectations were quite low, even though I enjoyed that game. This game was a broken, buggy mess.
We're going too slow.
You also know there's something up when the company's gonna pay influencers to not say bad things about the game. Oh, and that's right, they're also gonna throw in a free trip to Disneyland to sweeten the deal. What? Number 5. As a follow-up to Endless Ocean on the Wii in 2009, Endless Ocean Luminous could have offered a relaxing, aquative exploration experience that kept the charm from the 2009 title. Instead, we have a product that is all over the place. Endless Ocean Luminous provides you with a bare-bones story, and the progression is a pain in the ass due to the clunky scanning which you must constantly engage with. It's boring, it's tedious, and it loses everything that I loved from the Wii version. Number 4. Man, this one hurts. With Dragon Age Veilguard, everything just falls flat. The story, the characters, the world, the combat, they all pale in comparison to any Dragon Age game before it. I wish we could have gotten what they originally had with the Dreadwolf name.
But now, he wanted to tear down that veil and destroy the world. And we're the only ones who can stop him.
Who is in charge of the writing? I didn't wait a fucking decade for this.
So, are you trying to have sex with me?
Oh, wow. In my daydreams, this is where you lean over me and slap the wall.
Quick, think about us having sex.
Number 3. Now, this is a game where they had a perfect formula with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. When this was announced in 2017, I couldn't believe that they were actually going to make a Black Flag spin-off. Unfortunately, the development for this game was troubled from the start, and inevitable delays and reported reboots were to follow. The game just felt lifeless and failed to really capture that pirate aesthetic that they so nailed in Black Flag. This should have been an easy win for Ubisoft. Number 2.
I'm going in.
We lost the target! Repeat! Task Force X has lost the target!
Damn it! Argus 3 is taking heavy fire! Get to Park Ridge ASAP!
This one hurts as an Arkham fan. Who thought it would be a good idea to turn a rich, single-player series into some sort of grindy, repetitive Fortnite clone that now has you shooting guns?
Hold my beer, guys. Let's dance!
I get it. For Harley, it makes sense. But for the shark guy,
We got more company. Go, Shark, go. Senseless violence. Love it.
and to put salt on the wound, they spit on Kevin Conroy's legacy after they reel you in and make you believe that they would honor him by giving us one last game with his voice in it.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Instead, we got this.
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
Number 1.
5, 4, 3. Three gunners, here we go.
Well, here we are, folks. The number 1 worst game of 2024. Could you guess it? I mean, how could it not be? The fact that Concord's budget was over $400 million baffles me. What is and what will probably remain as the biggest flop in gaming history, for me, Concord could have been a vehicle to revive so many PlayStation IPs that have been dormant for years. Instead, we got a horrible live service game that could only last for
2 fucking weeks.
Well, there you have it. Those are my worst games of 2024. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and let's compare lists. Also, be sure to stay tuned for my top 10 best games that will be coming real soon. So thanks for watching if you made it all the way, and consider hitting that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Take care, and until next time.